F-U OBS.
Okay, you say crap instead of shit, but then you drop an F-bomb.
And?
You're trying to logic this. Stop.
Logic's not applied.
So, hello. We are now live with the Slash Chat podcast. Hopefully. Hopefully.
We're back. You can't get rid of us.
Oh my gosh. This is
This
so stupid. I don't understand. OBS. Why?
I think you just corrupt computers around you.
It's a thing.
It's a field.
Very strange.
An anti-tech field unless it involves anime.
It's true. It's so true.
We need to study this.
But yeah. So I managed to actually get some sleep today, which was awesome. Saying that yesterday I didn't get like hardly any sleep and I was up way too late.
That's totally unusual for you.
How late are we talking?
Well, my normal stream time up, but I'd been awake since 11 a.m., so that meant I ended up being awake for
Quite some time.
almost 24 hours. It pretty
Not
much
bad.
sucked. Yeah.
Definitely not bad.
And then she slept for 24 hours.
No, I slept for 10.
See?
I slept for 10 hours.
Good enough.
Equivalent to 24 hours.
That was equivalent, yeah. But, so yeah. Hello.
Apparently, upgrading my computer made me on Australian time. What time is it there now, Karth?
Oh god, I can't remember. It is currently 1 p.m.
Yeah. Is it Wednesday yet? The 18th?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, my computer just put me, when I upgraded it, put me on Australian time.
We are
Welcome.
I'm fixing that right now.
That means he's an honorary Australian.
That's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, I just noticed this too. Sorry. Continue. It was just funny.
So Alex, what have you been up
Nothing
to
that
this
needs
week?
fixing.
Did you get a new phone or something?
No,
Oh.
I'm just messing with that.
Oh, I was like, ooh, shiny object. Hey,
no,
what?
no,
Look
no,
at
no.
this. Look at that. Look at my shiny object.
That phone's done great things for me. It's still doing okay. Not too much happened this week. Spent a huge. Well, I had a few job interviews. There's this one
Cool.
job that I might get at a radio station that is looking good because I noticed that one of the headlines had a rather if they give you assignments that they want you to rewrite them to see how good your writing skills are. And I noticed that one of the assignments they gave me had a very noticeable AP style error in the headline.
Neat.
So I'm like,
What was it?
that's-
Can you say?
I think so.
If you can't, that's fine. But I'm just, because of my job, I'm interested.
I can. Apparently, it's proper to call it daylight saving time, not daylight
Savings
savings
with an S,
And I'm
like everyone says.
So I just catch that error, make a big explanation as to why I change it. So I'm like, maybe that'll make me look good. So that would be great.
Probably will, because it's one of the little things they're probably seeing if you'll pick up.
I don't know. I mean, it happens anytime you get a job. Someone's going to be better than you. You just got to get lucky sometimes. But other than that, I got to spend some time with some friends of mine from high school. You know, I do the Let's Plays with my friend Matt, but we have some other friends that we kind of get to talk to every now and then. So I go over to one of my friend's house and we all just like eat food, play video games. They were playing Monster Hunter like the whole time on their 3DSs.
Not a damn thing wrong with that.
But we watched a few other things like on YouTube. We watched Total Biscuit and his wife play Honey Pop, and they kind of thought that was funny. Played some Smash Bros. Played this custom Halo 4 map that we like doing.
That one that you talked about before?
Yeah, where we turn up all of the sensitivity to the highest and just like joust each other on these huge maps. It's so much fun. It's because it's so dumb. But the day after I had another interview, me and my friend Matt, what the fuck, decided to just like, we're gonna start this whole day and we're gonna get as much recording as we can. So we got a ton of stuff done. Of course, doing this meant that my stream had to be cut short because I was just so tired. Like I hadn't eaten anything since that morning, so I had this like pain in my stomach, and I had trouble keeping my eyes open. So I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna I'm doing okay on the Persona, so I'm just gonna kind of like it was about 2 hours long. So but we got a ton of recording done, and we're gonna be cranking out the episodes on his channel really quick. So
Sweet.
Nice.
Have
we
you
already
finished
have-
that damn Sonic game yet?
In all honesty, we have. Thank God.
Thank
The
God for
episodes
that.
The episodes aren't up yet, but it's done.
Good.
/chat exclusive announcement. We are done with that game. And I see the
Sure.
credits rolling, and I'm like, get that thing out of my system now. Get it out. I never want to see it again.
Burn it in a fire.
It's his game. He
Kill
can do
with
that if he-
fire!
Yeah, really. I'm just like,
Yes.
this game is just like, I can't believe it was released. But seeing credits roll is just like, oh my God, this is like, I need to exercise my Wii U now. Cleanse it of the
By the way, I don't want to alarm anyone, but Twitch isn't working at all.
Yeah, I was kind of noticing
I
that.
mean, it was, it says loading video. It was kind of doing that earlier. I mean, it says you're streaming, right?
Yeah.
Can it load the audio? Because, I mean, that's really all they need.
I don't know. It's funny though, because I'm like,
It actually says you're offline right now.
Does it?
Twitch
on
be
your
open.
profile.
which is lies because I'm online.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm trying to load it up now, so I'll
It's
see if
not
I can
loading
get
at all.
a new refresh.
Yeah, it hasn't been loading for me. I just kind of assumed it was me.
It was doing it for a while, but then like for afterward, it just kind of.
Twitch is borked. Twitch
Let me
isn't
see.
working.
I think it's Twitch. I don't think it's you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to open up like my
Well,
channel.
this is still going to get uploaded to YouTube. so-
Twitch is down in general. Like Twitch TV 504 gateway timeout. The
Yeah.
server did not respond in time.
That is interesting.
Twitch is
I know
currently
the
fucked.
I'm trying to
I don't know if we're still live then. What's happening with us? Because
If there's a
It's
possibility.
probably still broadcasting to it. If you're using
a
OBS,
website
right?
to view it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily. Twitch doesn't actually have to respond to OBS for you to be
Hmm.
throwing out signal to Twitch.
Because you
Type
can
in-
still be chucking out that.
Also, are you still recording this for the YouTubes?
well, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
She
local record.
doesn't actually
Yeah.
have a local record thing. There's a little
Yeah.
option on Twitch.
Yeah,
where you can
everyone's
go
having
export
trouble
to
with
YouTube,
Twitch.
and
I
it just
type in
does it
Twitch on
itself.
Twitter, and a lot of people are saying it's like
Dead.
it's like Twitter. Like I see Lyle McDouchebags talking about it. I think like Cranky Constructs doing all these pictures like Twitch, you're down. Twitch, you're down. Twitch, you're down. Twitch, you're down. Why is Twitch down? Twitch is dead. Twitch is down.
Has Twitch ever had downtime like all over the board? I think it ever has before.
It's just probably
I don't
just
think-
All the time you're on a Mac, I guess.
Well, that's what you get for being a dirty, dirty Mac user.
That's wrong. So
Wow, that's
Mhm.
kind of hilarious though. That like Twitch is just like fuck y'all.
just waited until us. It was us. We're saying we broke it.
No, I'm not taking the blame. It's probably all these other people who are having the problem.
So
Everyone's like, I'm gonna stream when Twitch is up. I'll stream when Twitch is back up. I'll stream when
me.
Twitch is.
I'm actually like not like knocking Twitch or OBS
Twitch
or
is
anything.
down. Call the Twitch police, says one guy.
Is I just started fucking with OBS and I got it working the way that I wanted it to. So I can actually record local videos on this. I didn't know I could do that. I thought it was just
Oh, yeah, you can
broadcasting.
do that. Yeah.
I may
I
be
just
overconfident
I
in my
just
friend's
switched to
skills.
local record, so fingers crossed this still
Fair
can
enough.
go on YouTube.
I was gonna say I might be what's the word like over impressed with my friend's skills, but if he gets the job that he's applying for at Twitch,
How much extra hard drive space do you have?
Uh,
I don't record my streams
Yeah.
anymore.
I have
I'm
no
like,
idea.
Check.
It-
Because
it-
these files get
it-
fucking
yeah.
huge.
Oh, believe me, I know.
I tried streaming Beyond Good and Evil HD in 1080p. That was a bad idea.
OBS stands for Open Broadcaster Software, right?
I got
Yep.
a blue screen. Straight up blue screen.
Oh no.
So I'm like, I'll stream this in 720p. This isn't going to be like a YouTube video. I don't even think it could be streamed at 1080p consistently.
Yeah.
So I'll just stream it at
I was
720.
gonna say all of my stuff's 720.
You know, I'll stick to
720
that.
doesn't look bad. 1080 looks crystal.
I mean, it's not
It
a
is
video,
just
so
quick.
it's streaming. So people need to see it live, and if it means making the video quality a little bit less to make sure they see it live, then
They
yeah.
see it live.
Screw it, we do it live.
Cyberpunk sales.
Oh wait, it broke.
What do we got here on the Cyberpunk? Wow, lots of good stuff actually.
There's like a
Mirror's Edge
cyberpunk,
isn't
cyberpunk sale now.
Wait,
What?
what?
How much you have?
I do like the sound
What?
of that.
There's a sale where?
A Steam Cyberpunk sale.
Where is that?
It's got Deus Ex, Crysis, Mirror's Edge for some reason, Transistor, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
How is Crysis like Cyberpunk? I don't.
Binary.
It's-
Get that Boo Bunny
Not
plague away from me. That should
really.
not be there. Get away from that. I hate that game. It sucks. Not
Somebody's
even worth
playing something that I can hear, and I
Not
find it
even worth
amusing.
$1.
It might be me. If you can hear car.
Oh, hey, Twitch just now loaded up again for me.
Yay!
Dreamfall Chapter.
Somebody on the front was just like, "Is this going? Is this working?"
Switch alive.
And you know who's you know what's up right now?
Whoa.
PS4 streams. PS4 streams are up, and that's it.
What I see.
That's it?
Oh.
No, not true. Everyone else I watch is up.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I think it's coming.
Apparently
back.
we're live. Okay, we're live.
Yeah, we're
Oh my God, we're live! Hey
Yay!
everybody, what's up?
We were live the whole
Yay, it
time.
works.
We never stopped. We had faith. We had total faith in Twitch and things. And, yeah.
Yay!
Well,
We were live the whole time.
Hopefully.
Well, if you really want to get into technicalities, no, we weren't. we're talking, but you're live when you're being broadcast, and that's it.
Well, I'll wrap up my part then. We just have a lot of Let's Play episodes that are going to be coming this week, and we already have an idea of what the next Let's Play we're going to do now that the freaking Sonic Boom garbage is done.
Can I stop like recording now?
Yes, do that.
Absolutely.
Stop recording. There we go.
OMG, hi, gamer.
Hi, hi
Thanks.
Beth.
How's everybody?
We were totally borked for a second.
Yeah, Cat broke Twitch.
Twitch, all
The
Twitch. Her
entirety
fault.
of Twitch.
She broke it.
Was me,
I broke it.
Austin.
It's just gone.
When you mentioned the Cyberpunk sale, I think Cat had a little O. Probably, I wasn't paying attention.
Servers are down. No one
So you guys
refresh.
heard that? Okay, did hear
If
that.
you refresh, you might lose it. Be careful.
Well, check out that Steam sale. There's some cool stuff there. Play
Yes.
Transistor. It's fun.
I was actually thinking
Ah.
of picking up Transistor.
Far
I think you
Cry
like it.
Blood Dragon. If you haven't, you must.
I think you'd like Transistor, Cat. I mean, you kind of like cyberpunk and you kind of like that sort of art style, so go for it.
Yeah. Hey, people can
haven't
chat
played it.
now.
What's up, yo? Yeah,
And
nobody
we all
could
lost the
connect.
game.
Son of a bitch.
He kept posting it in chat, hoping someone would see it over and over and over again.
I posted it once.
Nice.
Just
Who's
one time,
this? It's a
swears.
troll. Let's ban him. Yeah. I don't know who that name is. That name's never appeared in my Twitch before.
I think you know who that is.
Maybe I don't.
I will post Twitch had a hissy fit, but /chat is back.
I love it how everyone literally explodes when Twitch goes down for like, I don't even know if that was a full 2 minutes.
It's not as bad as like when
I don't-
Steam, Twitter or Facebook goes down.
Oh, when people start foaming at the mouth and exploding.
Spontaneous
Stream.
combustion is real.
My entertainment is gone.
Wrong
No.
button. Sorry.
Oh, damn it! Damn it!
You've
Sorry.
fucked up the layout.
That actually wasn't deliberate. I was trying to do that.
Damn
I'm
it!
fine.
Now you just totally became Ray Talk.
Son
Ray
of a
Talk
bitch.
became Alex. Alex became David.
Why did you do this to me?
And
Why you my friend?
Carthel became Jeremy.
Okay, what do we need to do to fix it?
You turn
Fix
all
it.
the cameras off, and you get back in the order.
How do I do that?
We come
Stop
in.
video? Okay, I'm going out. Boop.
Do I need to change?
Yeah,
do I need to turn
everyone
it on?
needs to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hit a wrong thing.
It's all your fault, dude.
I'm still getting used to this layout.
Usually
So.
it's-
Okay, so now
Who's first?
Tioger, came on first. Okay, now we need
Alex?
Carthel.
Boom.
Carthel, yes. Then we need Alex, and then we need Josh. And we're back in order. Yay!
With frog hands.
Who's next? Tell me about your week, please.
Carthel.
My week has been semi-interesting. Not so much that terribly much happened, but just random funny events. To which I've just lost all meaning of words in my brain.
It was so epic, you can't even remember it.
Oh god, yeah, it's just so good, so good. Where to start? Playing Armor 3 too much, killing too many people, dying too many times, that sort of thing. Going to work. Everybody got to work, right? And not much else at all. There were funny events at work, but that's, hilarious. I do find the common response that you get from people when you ask them for money is almost always the same. I'm currently not in a position to be able to help you. And the joke in the office is, what position are you in? Like, what's going on? We know they mean money, but whenever they say it, they sound like they're in some very difficult, awkwardly posed position. It's very strange. It's the same way everybody says it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in an awkward position right now.
Exactly. That's
on the other side. Who's on the other side? You got to do
it. But yeah, that's what it's like every time, and we're just like, we're making so many jokes at your expense right now. It's all good.
Hey.
But yeah, I won't go into it because I can't really say much more of the things we said at office, otherwise, because it could be bad sounding.
Oh, fair enough.
Get in trouble, so I won't.
Fair enough.
Because they care what Americans think about you.
And we're supposed to be upstanding citizens and all that, so,
Well, shit, you're on the wrong show, son.
Exactly. As long as I don't defame anything that we do at the office, it's fine.
That's
That's all I can say about that. But yes, on the plus side, personal note, I'm getting a much tighter grip on all the debt situations, so that's clearing up nice and quickly.
Excellent.
Yay!
Yes. Yay, solvency. Anyway, next question.
I seriously thought you almost said celibacy. I'm distracted. So that's where that situation came from. I can relate.
He's solving his problem by becoming a monk.
So
No
Josh,
assets needed.
what are you doing up to this week?
Oh, stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Awesome, thank you.
So lots of work. My schedule is a little goofy. Put up another video. Did the first episode of AVP, which is funny because I actually haven't done anything that was horror-y yet. And this is kind of more of an action horror, and it legitimately scared the crap out of me a couple of times. And this was a 2010 game that I just haven't played in a while. So that was pretty good. The third person in our household has actually picked up a PS4, so immediately before doing this, we were running some Destiny because we got him. And that was a lot of fun. What the hell else have I been doing? There's all this shit going on. Still working on the AVP video, still working on the next Skyrim video as well, because that's going to be fun. Still running through on both Dying Light and Dragon Age, and what's the other one? Dragon Ball. Got so many games going on at once. Got a whole bunch of news ready for today. Then there's a bunch of things. And what the fuck else have I been doing? Well,
SO.
Yeah, that was the other big thing. Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online went to buy to play. And
Nice.
I poked at it to see what the changes have happened since I was gone.
I might go back to it.
It's pretty. I have a better system than the last time that I played, and it's actually really good. Really,
I loved it. I just couldn't swing that monthly fee all the time.
Monthly fee is gone. They've fixed a bunch of the changes to it. A lot of the big problems that I had with it when I was playing before have been largely resolved. The game previously, with its mega server tech, would shard players that were in groups together apart from each other. Like a lot of the missions were set up for single player, because back then they were trying to. It's a new studio that's never done an MMO before, so they had to learn shit that they didn't know. And they were trying to balance that okay, people who like to play single player Elder Scrolls game meets MMO. How do we blend this? Let's put in a bunch of single player things in there. And as a result, you'll be questing along with you would be questing along with whoever you're in your group, and you'd get pulled apart. And that's always a bad thing for MMO to do. So they fixed that since then. The lip flapping, like the facial animations, actually looks good now. Like it looks like someone's talking to you, as opposed to like a wooden marionette that it was.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah.
Like that.
They tightened up combat, so that feels a lot more responsive. There's no more lag and junk like that. Hooray! Werewolves are actually effective now. I wonder what I'm doing.
Cool.
But looks like a lot of big changes have happened. They did their first full adventure zone, and they did a bunch of other crap too. And I hear that one of the next things they're going to be working on, booyah, is Orsinium, which is the Orc City. So I'm getting hyped. So out of all those damn things, I think that's like 6 games that I have trying to go on at once now. And it's like,
damn.
I got the high twitch going on between that and work and a bunch of other crap. But new videos are coming. More AVP will happen, and I'll finish up the human campaign and go into more interesting and hilarious things of popping human heads. That's always fun. But I think, that's it for me. I've been busy and still rolling out videos and shit. And I also have OBS now, so I might actually start streaming.
You mean now?
So,
it doesn't cost anything.
Well, I didn't even have it before.
Why not?
Because I used some, like... I'm used to... Well,
You were streaming from PS4.
I was streaming it from PS4. I didn't have any games that I actually really wanted to stream from PC at the moment, so ESO might end up being a thing. And now that I actually have OBS, I can...
Including my consoles, all of them.
But now with OBS, I can actually make better recordings, because this way, from one recording, I can get my webcam involved in this too. So that can be hilarious. I'm actually stepping up my recording presentation, which will be good. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. That's it.
Looking forward.
Okay, this week. Well, computer's upgraded finally, so no more single hamster. I've got a couple in there. It is sort of the same computer. It still has the same hard drive and the same case, and
Shut up.
that's about it.
It's a beast.
Yeah, so now I can actually play games. So there might be some videos upcoming. I'm
gonna get conned into playing Worms, aren't I?
among other things.
That's an awesome game, though.
Well, I've got Worms. I've got Contraption Maker that I've still got a copy I need to give to somebody. So
I'm gonna buy you Besiege.
also, there's going to be some ESO shenanigans. We were talking about that a little bit whenever we weren't sure whether we were online or not. I may have to make more than one character, though, because I'm assuming... Did you make a Nord or an Orc?
You have to ask, really?
Really?
What? You might make a Nord.
I could, but I'm not. Works for
Okay.
so,
I may have to make a second... It's
Khajiit?
called a Kitsune. Khajiit. Because this one will get into many shenanigans.
This is gonna
We
be
must discover why they call it what else. They do not taste like milk.
fucking skooma cats.
This one does not what they taste.
Oh, so Trenchfoot's actually on board with the ESO thing. So, hell, if we can ever get Theo set up with one, we both might actually wind up streaming this. Or he's going to definitely end up in my stream one way or another. So,
Is that better?
Try talking again?
Is that better?
No, you're still peeking.
Okay. I'll go into the settings.
Just
keep talking while you do it, though. That way we can get a good mic reading.
How is this one?
That's good.
It's good.
This one is never good. Never good.
I still need to dig up the backstory for my other character that was on the ESO. It was pretty funny. I had him be
Quick question for you.
an apprentice of Maik. And if you don't know who that is, go Google it.
Quick
Okay,
question for you again.
Computer
Um,
upgrade.
Arthur,
So
go ahead.
Do you have? Sorry, will you be on like RP servers or just general servers or both?
There aren't actually RP servers, as it
Well,
were.
I mean, there are people
But-
that tend to be like, "This is the server we're on, and we RP here."
It's localized based on where you are. They're kind of big mega servers and they're kind of sharded all around. But I will say one of the bigger reasons that I got back into, or even decided to go back into ESO, I poked around and seeing if like, okay, let's see who's still playing, let's see what kind of communities. Apparently the RP communities are still going apeshit. Like there's events held every day. Every day.
Very cool.
Tons of people are still on this, and I'm kind of shocked at that. But as far as MMOs go, this one's a pretty good one. At least
Yeah, I
I've
played it
already-
for a little while back when it came out, and I was like, I'm too much of a peasant to keep affording this. I need to do something else. Is
like they have their buy to play edition has been a crown store, which is like cosmetic shit and a few potions that speed up leveling a crap if you feel like spending real money on it, but you don't ever have to. But there's
if
cool
you
ass
already
mounts.
have an account, do you have to buy it again, or
No. If you
Awesome.
purchase the game ever, then you got it. You can play for free. Depending
Sweet.
on how long you subscribed for, they throw an appropriate number of crowns into your account,
cool?
so you can play around in the store if you want to. So if you like subscribe for like a couple months, 6 months, whatever,
It's a couple months.
you'll get some at least a little bit of incentive, and I think you get like 100 or 200 or something just for freezies.
Nice.
Crazies.
Yep.
So they can tempt you into using their store and go, I want more.
Exactly. But honestly, with this sort of game, if I get back into it, I'm going to give it a little bit first. But if I get back into it, they might get some more of my money.
Oh yeah, which is what they're hoping on, and like you should. I mean, if you like
So-
the game, support
other games this week.
it.
Secret World. I started playing around on that again because now I've got a system that will actually run it. I mean, before I could run it, but I was at like 7 frames per second, and that's kind of rough. I mean, I was still having fun with the game, and people still hated, on the other team, still hated me in PvP.
Good. You have not forgot the ways.
So, I mean, I could function, but now I'm getting sometimes upwards of 100 frames per second. So, I mean, before one of my main things was running around Fuseng, the one PvP area, and I had hammers on for stun locking, and then claws for healing myself. So I would just dance around in the middle of a fight, going up and down, stunning everyone, and healing myself, and being a general nuisance. I had a macro to scream troll at the top of my lungs. But so some more of those shenanigans are probably going to happen.
The best kind.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. Got kind of annoyed today at school because we've got 2 projects this semester that you have to have a taper on. I'm already done with my parts of those, but I'm the only one who's gotten to those 2 projects. And the one lady, she was trying to rush something at the end of class yesterday after I'd actually left.
Ooh.
She is on the only lane that has the taper attachment. The newest one, the nicest one, and the most steady one. And she wasn't paying attention. I don't want to explain exactly how lathe works, but here's the chuck, the thing that holds your piece, and here's the table that moves the tool they used to cut stuff with. She got it locked under here and then panicked, so she hit the off lever, but put it all the way to reverse, so it chunked it again.
Ooh.
So these are machines that are normally tuned to be within 1 to 3 thousandths of an inch. She knocked it out of alignment by almost a half inch
Oh.
and broke
well.
the taper attachment.
That's a
That's a
bunch
big
of
fuck up.
money. That's a bunch of
So
money.
the professor's checking to see how long it's going to take to get that piece back in, because that's going to be a problem for everyone else, because otherwise you have to do something called offsetting a tailstock, and it gets complicated. You can't actually get the angle that's called for in the prints, because these prints were made assuming you have a taper attachment, and half the lathes are down right now anyway. So
Fuck.
I was kind of annoyed when I went in today.
People have to pay attention when operating machinery. That's just
Especially
Basic
since we were
rules.
working on aluminum, which means that thing was spinning at about 1200 RPM when it
something that can take off your arm or your face or any part of you. You pay attention with like common sense, people. Get it.
But anyway, it is what it is. So I may actually get tapped to make a replacement part, at least to hold us for a while, because it's made out of really hard steel and we don't have anything that hard. But I can make something that'll kind of hold for it. And I'm going to keep doing things like this because I'm sucking up all the professors, and I hope I might get an adjunct professorship at the end of the year next year.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, because then the rest of my classes will be free and I can pay off Calvin.
Even sweeter.
Normal stuff at the gym, still kind of waiting on a little bit more funding before we put in more of the free running and Ninja Warrior stuff.
Very cool.
And still trying to get everything drawn up for the Kickstarter. Hey, I can actually read chat for once. Yeah.
Neat, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree
Welcome
with
to
that.
the new world.
Why I don't want to work in a physical trade. People do stupid things. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, sadly, they actually have to put warnings on the milling machine to not touch the end mills, the spinning things that are eating through steel like butter.
Yeah.
What was that, Alex?
It's because people like that.
I just saw him go.
I did find a local source for
Oh.
bezels for my steampunk goggles I'm going to start working on. So
Nice.
I got my pattern done to do the leather with. But lots of video game shenanigans. Unfortunately, no real Shadowrun because the swap out of the computer took a little longer than anticipated because they made this crap more complicated than it used to be.
Yeah, I could have told you that one.
The last time I upgraded a computer, it was literally pop the case off.
When's the last
roll
time
it
that happened? When Reagan was president?
You weren't alive back then, and you know it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked. I don't know.
Yep, Reagan was totally president.
I am told.
When was the last time I upgraded a system?
I told you when Reagan was president.
No, it was 2008. It wasn't that long ago. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else this week. Nope, pretty much just getting this beast up and running and some shenanigans.
Okay, my turn. Fuck you.
Oh, told.
Her show.
But technically, she could have done that to any of us. But
Yeah, that's true.
True.
You just
She
like
was next to
ramble.
Hey,
Hey, that's
at
a
this
shame.
point in the day, I've been up for like.
Well, shut the
7
fuck up.
years,
Sit
so-
down, shut the fuck up.
Wow. Your news better be good, Cat. Damn.
Yeah, you better have something good to say.
she won't have any news.
No.
She's played Final Fantasy.
Actually, no. One, this week I've had absolutely no fucking sleep
Shut the fuck up.
at all. No sleep whatsoever. Done. I played Final Fantasy 14 for like 3 hours today. It wasn't that much. It's like the first time all week and last week that I managed to play other than Final Fantasy Friday. Did the obligatory conversation last night on Jack LaFear's channel, which was awesome. I felt so bad though because I'd been awake since 11 a.m. I was just like, oh yeah, someone's still talking. Oh, I felt so bad, but shit happens when you've had absolutely no sleep.
That's fucking creepy, Trenchfoot. Don't ever say that again.
Meow.
Now we can't unsee that now.
You're welcome. So
Catwoman.
So yeah, no, other than that, didn't stream last night, which I'm actually changing my stream schedule so that on Tuesday mornings, so not like after podcast, but Tuesday mornings, it's going to be every other morning.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
uh,
Okay, I like that. Okay, I like that.
oh my god.
Tell me that you love me.
The first part I don't like. The second part I could probably.
But
This is why I love
my
Twitch.
quote system says otherwise.
Huh?
Guess point.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't
Called
listening. What'd you
out.
say?
My
out.
quote system says differently.
Well, your quote system's wrong.
I don't know. It's number 20. It's even an even number.
It's an even
Yeah.
number, yeah.
What? What does that matter?
And then on
That is
top
quite
of that,
Like a year ago.
Literally on top.
no, I can't spell. There we go. Now I can spell.
Mm.
But there you go.
What?
It happened.
Just,
It happened.
please keep talking. I don't want to see any more Power Butt trolling me.
Power button. But yeah, no, it's been an interesting week. But Gabby is what? This is like Bash Alex Day or something.
That's every day. Damn.
Oh,
Let me
Hi,
find
Gabby.
that Total Biscuit gif where he does that.
but no. So other than actually binge watching anime because the new season's about to start, oh my god.
I'm a bitch. I'm so far behind, man.
Yeah,
That's
Why I
spring
don't bother
season.
trying.
Spring season, I think, starts in roughly 2 weeks.
I've been
Um,
watching Vikings. That's it.
So I've been like watching as much as Tokyo Ghoul as I can. I'm on episode 6, I think.
Good.
I-
Should I try? Should I not?
There is no plot. It's just all fighting.
A lot of animes like that.
I'm really lost on like what the plot is, other than the ghouls are taking over and the one team of ghouls is kidnapping other ghouls of S rank or SS rank, and it's just like I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. I have no idea. I binge watched all of Death Parade. I think I have 2 episodes left of that, which is really good. People need to watch Death Parade. It's good. Your Lie in April is almost done. Log Horizon's almost done. Out Noah Zero's almost done. Parasite's almost done. I think actually almost everything of this season is done.
What about that show you told me to watch and that I didn't?
Testament of Sister New Devil.
Well, what about that?
I think it has 2 episodes left, so.
Okay, because I haven't been watching that.
Oh, yeah.
There are better shows than that.
Yeah, totally. I think I believe that face. Totally.
It was the tone, man.
Yeah, totally.
I haven't been watching that.
But, no, so I think there's only like 2 or 3 things that are going to be branching over into the spring season. And I actually missed last week's O-Talk podcast because I fell asleep in my computer chair. So that was
Again?
fun.
Do you hear that One Punch Man is getting an anime?
No.
That's awesome. I want to see. I hope that doesn't suck.
How's Classroom Assassination? I actually haven't been keeping up with Classroom Assassination. I need to, but there's just so many things that are on my plate right now that I'm just like, you know what? I'll watch it when it's done, and like I'll binge watch it throughout the day and be like, okay, I'm done.
Of the same mind, exactly. I don't got time to just like follow all these shows while they're going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to follow them when they're in throughout the week because,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, Monday I watch this, or Tuesday I watch this, or Thursday I watch this. So it's actually better than watching it like all in one stretch, because then you're like, oh, so Friday I get to watch 2 different animes, and then Saturday I get to watch another one. It kind of like evens it out throughout the week. But Berserk, oh, Berserk's so good.
I like how I see a review of episode 23 of Log Horizon's 2nd season, and the teaser sentence is, Log Horizon continued to ignore the fact that it's ending in only a few episodes this week. And I'm like,
Yep.
and I'm thinking, you know, we thought this would be a filler. We thought this last arc would be filler, but they are dropping all of these bombs. as far as, and I'm like, they haven't announced a third season yet.
They could have done so much with what is considered the filler. Because when they were like, oh, we're coming back to town, what happened? What was the whole purpose of them doing that? Okay, they met Row 2. They met, what's his face's...
Row
Doppel-
2, I mean, apparently there's like this aliens.
Right. Right. But
Exactly.
it's still one of those things of they could have just put it in a single freaking episode and then just been like, okay, we're done. And then go back to actually the fact that, you know, there's plot. Instead of being like, what is this stupid city? We're seeing this heartache of these kids that are like, let's save the city.
One of two things are going to happen. One, we're going to have to wait for a third season a long time because they haven't announced it yet. Or two, and I really hope this is the case, that they plan to wrap all this up in the last like 2 episodes.
They're not going to wrap it up.
Yeah, because the light novels are still going.
Right.
So we're just going to have to freaking wait. But I'm like,
Yep.
the whole Lost comparison is just getting thicker and thicker because they're just adding all these layers. How are they going to resolve it?
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's gotten obnoxious, honestly, with how many different scenarios and plot lines that they're going through.
Whatever happened to the crusty guy?
No
idea what happened
honestly,
to him.
here's my speculation of that. We're gonna
Oh, boy.
find out the very last episode, and then the season 3 is going to be them doing.
I don't want to wait. I want to know more now.
I know, but actually at this point, Log Horizon has dropped. Like, I do not find it to be my favorite anime anymore.
No, you're the reason I even watched this. You
But
told me to watch it.
it's true though. Like, there's so many. They've done me
You
wrong.
missed the MMO parts.
They've done me wrong in so many ways. And honestly, at this point, I would rather watch Yona of the Dawn. I'm so
You missed the
invested in
MMO
Yona.
parts.
No, I just hate the fact that they put 5 episodes of filler. The plot went to fucking
yeah.
shit. They're putting in so many things of aliens. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I thought that was pretty fucking stupid. I'm
it's
sorry.
like,
Why
fuck
did they-
this. I'm
Why
done.
bother?
Literally, I will watch everything in my list and then watch Log Horizon.
I'm just watching Log Horizon these days. I don't really have much time to watch anything.
So, but no. Your Lie in April, absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Oh god,
Um,
yeah. I'm up to date with that, and I want more episodes now.
Yona of the Dawn, absolutely fucking phenomenal. Al Noah Zero, fucking phenomenal. And then we get into Death Parade, which has just gotten so damn good. I mean, at that point, I'd rather watch all of that than watch Log Horizon. Ever. Like, ever. At
there
this
are a
point.
few anime I'm curious what they're gonna do with One Punch Man.
But,
As a-
so I'll just actually run through this really quick, seeing that this will be the news for anime, and then we can go on to video games. So spring season is actually launching, and a lot of it's actually launching in 2 weeks. Some of them already have previews, so you can watch like maybe a snippet of something. But I'm gonna drop this in chat.
So what's on board? What's coming in the spring? Anything interesting?
We have a reboot of Digimon Adventure.
Okay,
Awesome.
for the 2 people who asked for it, I guess.
Hey,
I used to
I
watch
kinda-
that as a kid. It was awesome.
I mean, as long as they go back to the original crew and they're like, they play off of that, then yes, I'll be quite interested. Quite interested. Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blades Works Season 2 is coming out. And I don't know how many people are actually excited for that. I know at this point, Fate Stay Night has had so many fucking remakes.
I have
It's
my
just
friends are big fans of that.
super
series.
fucking
Like,
crazy.
"You gotta watch it." And I'm like, I don't really want to.
It's actually quite interesting. We're probably gonna get another slice of life music anime, which I'm
Are you
interested
saying
to
something,
see.
Josh? I see your mouth moving and I don't hear any sound.
He's muted.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. He muted himself.
Test.
There we
Hi.
go. Okay. I was like,
Okay.
what-
Yeah. I can run through nearly everything that's new
important
because there's a
stuff.
shit ton of new stuff.
that you think looks good.
I can't really say anything of that because I would have to watch at least the first episode.
So we're gonna wait until they're out, and then you're gonna make judgments and recommendations.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lupin the Third, 2015. I'm interested in this.
What?
I'm interested in that too.
Yep.
That's cool.
That
We're getting a
thing,
new Ghost in the Shell, the anime TV
I heard
version
about
of
that.
Ghost in the
Oh,
Shell
cool.
Arise. Yep.
Really?
If anyone's seen the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, it's getting
Oh,
its
God,
spin-off
that show.
series based on Yuki, which is awesome.
On the mullet girl?
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking horrifying.
That
There's
show was so like, oh my god, that was so like just
That show made
otaku
me actually angry.
anime.
That show made me angry.
So actually the Winter Leftovers is going to be Assassination Classroom, Kuroko no Basket, some weird anime that I've not seen ever, and Burner, but I don't think that's on Crunchyroll.
And Funimation is gonna put the new DBZ movie in theaters.
So, Alex,
Huh?
there's something you're going to be excited about. They're bringing back.
Oh my god, are you gonna? Okay, all right. I know exactly what is gonna be the main focus of this next whole segment, but go ahead.
They're bringing back. I don't know what my husband says.
Oh, I already know about that. Yeah. I
Okay.
heard.
They're bringing back. It's season 2. It's awesome. I mean, the last episode was announced.
Yeah, I'm curious about like.
So let's
how the
not
first-
spoil it because this is awesome.
How
but-
the first season ended. I'm wondering how the second one's gonna.
Yeah. They have actually a lot more shorts coming in.
That's good.
I'm interested to see Vampire Holmes. It's
Wait,
a
what?
Vampire Holmes.
Is
It's
that
gonna,
exactly what it sounds like?
yeah,
Yeah, really.
Vampire Holmes.
Watson.
It is an anime adaptation of the smartphone game that features a character named Holmes in London, but against his name, he is a private detective who does not reason or even explain mysteries. However, he always solves the cases requested. He secretly undertakes a mission from the Metropolitan Police of London to search vampires.
Okay, so
You
vampire
search vampires.
Sherlock Holmes. Okay, vampire Sherlock. That's gonna make the Tumblr crowd have a heart attack.
Yep.
Especially they get Cumberbatch to play it.
So Alex, did you know that Persona 3, the movie 3, Falling Down, is coming out?
Persona 3, the movie. So they're making a new Persona 3 movie.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll actually watch that since I finished Persona 3. I'm making progress in Persona 4, and when I'm done with that, I'll watch the animation. But the third one I finished. I like.
They're releasing, let's see, Angel Beat specials, OVA specials.
I really need to watch that. I have the series. on
The
Blu-ray.
anime group is literally fawning over Angel Beats right now. And then Your Lie in April specials are coming out too.
Awesome.
So
I
that's
have
it for
Angel
anime.
Beat
If you want to see
on
the full
Blu-ray
list,
that I
you
haven't
can go
watched.
to animecharts.net and look at spring. So figure out. I'm not sure what this is.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I'm not
lineup though. So.
clicking that. If we can get a mod to verify that, which I think the only mod we have in the channel right now is Nara. No, we have
Really
we
need
have
to-
Shibo and Jason.
There are so much shit I need to finish.
I don't know. I'm not clicking that until we can get a verification of it. But thank you. So yes, on to video games. On to video game news.
Woo.
Oh, they got rid of.
Video games and stuff.
I wish they made another season of the Dead Man Wonderland anime. I love the hell out of that anime. I need to read that manga. But as far as
So-
the game news, the big game news that happened earlier today, is that Nintendo comes out and says, we are partnered with a smartphone software company, and we are going to make smartphone games.
Interesting.
This was a big
So
deal.
Mario
because-
will see yet another platform.
So Nintendo is basically saying export Mario over to your phone. They come out and say we partnered with Dena, DENA, whoever they are, to produce mobile software. Now, we don't know what they're not going to port games. They're not going to see like Super Mario Brothers. They want to make original software. That means that they will use, but we don't really know what they're going to be doing with it. We don't know, are they going to make like companion apps? Are they going to make new versions of existing properties, we don't know. But they basically said, we're going to do it. This also, you know, and we don't know what they're going to do with it. They also announced that they're working on a new hardware platform called NX. And people think it's going to be the successor to the Wii U.
Huh.
Of course, we don't know because like we have no idea. But so at the end of the day, Nintendo just kind of dropped all these bombshells and got everybody, you know, speculating, and the Nintendo's stock went skyrocketing because everyone's like, all the investors, all the old idiot investors are like, you got to put your games on smartphones. So when they announced that, stock goes up. But
Well, yeah, because they'll hype train that for a while.
so some people think that Nintendo said we are going to make dedicated handheld games and we are going to make consoles, which is fine. And I think that's what's important because Nintendo consoles like dominate hardware. And of the three main console manufacturers, Nintendo has the best chance of producing good mobile games. Sony
Most
abandoned
of
their
their games
mobile
probably
platform.
run on a mobile phone anyway.
Yeah, Sony used to do
Sorry, I had to make fun of the
PlayStation.
Wii U.
Sony did PlayStation Mobile, and then they just dropped it. Microsoft doesn't do any mobile games really. Nintendo practically invented portable gaming. They basically said, we are going to make small, inexpensive games that you can take with you and play in short, digestible bursts. And that's everything. That's how they've designed handheld games from the Game & Watch all the way till today. And mobile phone games are inspired by that design philosophy. So
Yeah, some of us are old enough to remember the Game Boy, the original one.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
I had
me
the
too.
original one.
I still have one in a closet somewhere.
Because
Same here.
they're just, you can pick them up and play them for like a
Great.
15-minute bus ride, and then you can save them and you can leave. That's how handheld gaming works. So of the three console manufacturers, I think Nintendo has the best chance of actually doing this well. They are been very good with downloadable content. They've been making free DLC for a lot of their games. So I think that they'll be fine there. And the fact that they're still making these other, you know, supporting their other handhelds and their other consoles is fine. They're not going to port old games. They're not going to dilute the hardware that way. As for the new console, no one knows what that's going to be. For all we know, some people think it's going to be a console handheld hybrid. Like
Wait, wasn't that the Wii U?
No, like they're going to share an operating system, a handhelds that you take with you out of the house.
Oh, so like what Vita was trying to do.
Vita completely failed at it. So basically, your handheld module will share the same OS as the console, and you can kind of take it with you and stuff like that. That's an interesting idea. But the thing is, with all
I
this,
want a handheld MMO. If they came out with like,
A good one.
say, a decent like handheld MMO that like you could hook into a console, you could, even if it was just small shit like farming or gathering stuff, if it was something that you could do based on your phone that would affect your account in game, I would eat that up like no one's business.
See, consoles have been doing that for other things, but not the MMO sort of stuff.
Right.
Console companion apps that actually do things. Assassin's Creed been doing that for a while. What was that Tom Clancy game that actually, like, it's like a post-apocalyptic type shooter thing, and you guys are all running around third-person shooter style, but your friends can pop in on their mobile phone app as a little drone and like map stuff out and like mark targets and shit for them. Actually help out a shooter whilst being on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. Thought that was a neat little idea, but we don't know how that's ever going to happen. But the technology's there though to do what you're talking about, so it's possible.
well, I mean, the thing is, we don't know, and I think that regardless of what that happens, take care, Con. Nintendo's main problems with their consoles are the reason they don't have third-party support is because their console architecture is never the same as their competitors. It's always usually lower tech that is cheaper. And that's okay, but it makes porting from other systems very, very difficult. So most companies don't even want to deal with it. That's why Nintendo has such bad third-party support, since the PS4 and the Xbox One are basically just PCs. They're able to get ports of each other's games very, very easily.
Mhm.
Nintendo doesn't have that because they like to be different.
Right.
And I think that unless we know more about this, unless they make a console that is technically on par with the others, then this third party problem is not going to be fixed. Now, do I think that they absolutely need third party? The Wii U has kind of proven that that's not true, because the Wii U was near dead at launch. No one was buying it. Now a lot of people have it. And like the fact that they came back from that is
Pretty impressive.
Like last year, without a doubt, Nintendo had the best year of the three. Sony had no first-party exclusives aside from Infamous Second Son and Drive Club, which still doesn't work. Microsoft had Master Chief Collection, which is still very much struggling, but they had a few more exclusives. Nintendo just had Smash Bros. They had Mario Kart. They had Bayonetta 2. They had Hyrule Warriors. They just, they made it was a more appealing console.
I mean, technically at this point though, when we talk about Nintendo exclusives, aren't they really just 100% exclusive?
Yep.
No one else can have Nintendo licensing, so
That's their advantage. If
Right.
you want to get a Nintendo game like that, you need to buy their system. That's where they get it. And that's why I think that them going as a third-party developer is a terrible idea.
right.
Then they'll be like Sega, and Sega's like, no.
Oh,
The
I think
mighty
they're
fault.
at
Sega.
the point where they just need money.
Sega's not even making console games anymore aside from Sonic the Hedgehog. They're all doing mobile now.
I don't know. Business moves that Nintendo's made over the last freaking year have not been good for them. Like, they're probably reaching for money because they're losing a lot of revenue.
I heard being able to, like, in the past, they had just made so much money, they could show net losses for like the next 10 years or something.
True,
And
but
still be
even
fine.
when it comes to, you will always have a board of directors and stockholders that if they're not getting their money's worth, your stock goes down, your company's worth less, and those people will start backing out.
They're
Doesn't
not
matter
in the
if
red
they can
anymore, though.
survive.
They came
It's-
back.
Are their stockholders and their board happy with them? So what they care about
Stockholders
is
are
the
never
bottom line, the money that they.
Company, so
Mm.
I think that
Well, imagine how unhappy they are now. Then.
no, they're very happy now because Nintendo announced that they're putting stuff on phones. They're very
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean. Like from all of this stuff, even though people think it's a bad idea, they're doing that move because they want to reel money back up.
Mhm.
Want it back.
Nintendo. The thing that Nintendo is going to be fine. I think that if they were able to survive the N64 and the GameCube and now the Wii, if they really were in trouble, they would have died during the GameCube lifespan. But they're still
Yeah.
Because
I was not saying that they're struggling for money. I'm saying that the people that call the shots are going to be like, no, we want more revenue income, make these decisions, which could
stockholders don't
worse
command the
things.
market. The consumer does.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, right.
But in the long run, you will always have people at the top going, give me more money.
That's been happening for a while. Stockholders don't play video games. They don't.
Yeah, but they're the ones with the money, dude.
Yes.
Look at Troika Games. They were putting out a wonderful game and they got screwed.
Stockholders can make and break you very, very quickly.
Yep.
In a matter of a day, they could take Nintendo out if they all decided to bail.
Well, here's what happened with Nintendo. Nintendo bought all of the stock from everyone during the Wii U's lifespan. They bought it all. And they said, if you don't want the stock, we'll take it. And they still have it, and then they reevaluated themselves. The thing is, the stockholders don't play video games. I can completely prove this because there was a business meeting where Iwata and other members of Nintendo's board of directors were talking with stockholders, and they were talking about, what games were coming out for the system and why it will make them money. Stockholders literally said, stop talking about games. We want to know where the money's going.
Yeah, because they're businessmen. Even if they do play games, and I myself, I have stocks in things. I don't have that many. I play video games, just so you know. But the point is, if you go there,
a company that makes
it's-
games, you need to at least, you don't have to play games.
not at all.
but you
They
have
don't need to know
about
shit all about it. They need to know if their business model is successful or not. That's it.
Well, I think that a lot of companies who have listened to stockholders in general, like Capcom has done, like Square Enix has done, they're in a lot of trouble.
And it can get you in a lot of trouble.
They're
And
in
didn't
big-
Square just released another Final Fantasy yesterday?
Yep.
Cool.
Type
it's
0
just-
HD.
Yep. Previously,
the Japanese game market is in a lot of trouble because of these decisions. The reason that they're being pushed to smartphone games is because of these negative decisions.
Yep.
A lot of people are upset with Capcom because they aren't making the games that they want. People aren't buying them. So the investors don't have a good barometer of what succeeds or not. When I say that the consumer will drive it, because if no one's buying the games, then the stockholders don't have any money.
Yeah, then your stock goes down.
That's why Nintendo started releasing the games that they wanted. And when Smash Bros was doing really well, the investors shut up.
Hmm.
They won't praise Nintendo. No stockholder praises their
Anybody.
investee.
It wouldn't.
They just
They go,
shut up
"Do your
because
job,"
that is what they
or
want.
kind of like it's actually very much like PC gaming. If something is terrible, you'll hear about it immediately. If it's good, you won't hear
You don't
anything.
hear. That's how it works because that's the bare minimum. It's like when you go on Amazon, the positive reviews are usually a lot. The more detailed reviews are the negative reviews.
Mhm.
They are usually the ones that float to the top because if you're satisfied, you're not gonna give you like 7 paragraphs about it most of the time.
No, they're just gonna be like, "Good job," walk away.
The investors may have a lot of say in the market, but they usually, from what I can tell, their decisions are based on what is appealing to the people. That's why the Wii was so successful.
Mm.
The Wii made bank, like a huge bank.
Yep.
But then it plateaued. Then everyone had a Wii and Nintendo didn't know what to do about it. The fad passed.
No, amiibos.
Well, amiibos are a different thing entirely, but
They did well in a lot of aspects of that. This is why.
well,
it
not
did so well.
amiibo,
Pricing, all everything.
or Skylanders, or as I like to call them, Bylanders.
No, the amiibos have been a huge fucking craze.
Mm.
They have, but Nintendo needs to really keep up with demand and stop it with these store exclusive bullshit.
Well, no,
You know?
that's smart. That is extremely smart.
Brings in
Supply
partners.
and demand, and
I
then
know,
suddenly the
but
price
I
goes
think
up,
that-
and people are going to be like, price goes up, but there's more
I
of
must
them.
have.
See, I don't even know like that
Like-
many people who have amiibos, but
I
I
do.
do know the people that do. They're always looking on Amazon, and they're always like
I know
they
it's
have like
so
an alarm
bad.
set up, like they're in stock, and they like hit it, and sirens go off, and everyone like runs to their computers to buy them. So they have
That's
to be
exactly
doing
what
something,
happens.
right?
And I'm like, are you kidding me, guys? What? There's 2 reasons. First of all, they're toys. You don't need every single one. Second of all, these toys' value depends on the game in which you get it. Do you really think you're going to be using that Captain Falcon amiibo?
Yes.
Do you really think Nintendo is going to make that
Falcon
F-Zero game?
Punch.
Well, I mean, Captain Falcon's been in more Smash Brothers at this point than he has Type or F-Zero games.
That's probably true.
Did they make anything past the first one?
I mean, the first one,
I think they did a few
F-Zero
remastery
X
bits.
on the Nintendo 64, and then GX on GameCube. And then there's
They
like
do
some
one
game-
like every console generation or so.
I'll be completely honest. After Super Nintendo is when I started getting into PC gaming, and
It's about right.
Yeah, we look back.
Like,
you
what
know,
are
I
gonna do
bought
with
a
that
GameCube
Mega Man
to
amiibo?
play all the Resident Evil games. I bought an N64 to play GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I like
Those
those
games on there.
The deal is that you're going to use that Mario amiibo. You're going to use that Luigi, even that Link amiibo. But you're not going to use that Mega Man amiibo. You want to know why? Because Capcom's not making Mega Man games anymore. They hate Mega Man.
So chat raises a pretty good point.
But he may
Nostalgia for the
get
old Mega
included
Man
in other
games.
Happy
games.
St. Patty's Day, you bastards.
That's what I said earlier.
It was yesterday for me.
Let's celebrate one of the
Showing the
greatest.
love.
Yeah, I love it.
Everyone, go play Assassin's Creed Rogue with one of the best Irishmen in gaming.
It is. He really is. Shay is a
It is pretty
badass.
sweet.
Yeah.
Of course, he's an Irishman.
Mm-hmm. And when's the PC release on that? Because I will say that
Very
looks,
Rogue?
soon.
It's already out.
is it already out?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very
I
shiny.
thought she would be in her crate. Your dog, Rogue.
I just shake my head.
Do I think Nintendo's going to be fine? Yes. Because if they survived up till now, I think they'll be okay. They have a niche, and they are still doing backwards compatibility. They are still doing local multiplayer.
That's something that's gone a lot lately.
They're still doing these things and they're not putting microtransactions into everything. They're not doing always online. They're not doing any of that garbage. Like I know people who say like,
They're doing the stuff that's the only reason I would own a console.
And
Yeah.
not to mention, they usually are very reasonably priced.
yeah, that's why the
People are
PC
gonna go,
crowd
"Oh, I
likes
can actually
them."
buy that.
That's usually, when you talk to people who are very PC centric, like Total Biscuit, the only good games that they talk about on consoles are usually on Nintendo systems, because Nintendo validates the fact that you need to buy their console to do it.
Mm.
So let me see what other news we got. As we talked about earlier, Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited is now live today, and there is no subscription.
Sweet.
It is
Technically,
not
it was up
free
last
to
night.
play.
Technically.
I
I
want
know,
to
I
make
was on
sure
there
that-
last night.
I want to make sure that everyone
Buy
knows the
to play.
difference between no subscription fee and free to play. You still need to buy the game. It's a lot like sort of a Guild Wars when
Yeah.
it first came out. And just a little detail about, I actually wrote this story on the site. It has the full game and the 6 major content updates since it launched last year. No
Including the new
subscription
one, which is actually pretty cool.
And those who already have ESO, you can still use your original characters. All you got to do is run the launcher and install the new patch.
Nice.
If you already have a subscription, you will get into what they call ESO Plus, which is their premium membership. In-game bonuses, more currency. You can even get extra experience. So that's a pretty good deal.
In before people complaining about pay to win.
Yeah.
I don't think this
Sorry,
is
There isn't any pay to win shit.
I know, but people
Good.
are still gonna bitch.
Oh,
course,
it's
yeah.
been
Secret World put the same kind of stuff in their marketplace. People are like, it's pay to win.
they've been bitching on
Same
that
thing I
shit
tell
before
every
they
one of those
even
people that
had
bitch
it. They claimed that the Imperial race was a pay to win.
I
You
think
don't-
this is going to be a good move because it's sort of, people say that this is the second launch. This is their being able to, get people interested in again, because if the subscription fee may have turned them off. It turned me off because I didn't have the money to spend on it, and I still don't feel I have the time to invest in it.
No, it'll suck you in for a while.
It's more
Yeah.
appealing, and I am curious of who in this chat is going to be playing it and streaming it, because someone couldn't shut up about that game when it first came out.
Is there somebody in chat that I don't actually know? Oh,
No, it's someone who's looking
Yeah.
around at her green room.
I think it's somebody with a power button on their head.
Yes. Oh my god. I remember when Kat wouldn't shut up about that.
Dude, I
We were
loved
all
it
playing,
up
it was
until
awesome.
I hit like
She
She would get
veteran
up into the
ranks.
camera and go ESO,
Yeah.
ESO,
So
like that. Not
So-
Well, she did the same thing with Secret World. She does it with almost every game she gets into.
Yeah.
very
That's
true.
Endgame does not suck now, though. They've changed how that works, too.
So I think
As
that-
opposed to the lame-ass veteran ranks, which are technically still in the game, which would just, really, really, really difficult to level up levels. You get this thing called the champion system, which is kind of like badass points in Borderlands, where you get essentially it's kind of like Skyrim. You put points in the different stuff in the different constellations, and you get buffs for that character, and how many points you earn is account wide. So you
Oh,
can
that's
put
neat.
the points in different places on different characters, but you can earn points like on your big character or whatever, and then buff up your little one and whatever. So yeah,
Let's see if there's any other big news. Apparently, heists are finally out on GTA 5. Too bad the online broke when they launched. And I'm like,
SimCity what?
Dude,
No,
City
yeah.
Skylines looks so good.
I know. That's another one that's sitting in
That's
my
sweet.
Steam pile now. I'm gonna. I have so many games and I have no time to play them.
and I think that
I know.
one other thing that I heard about and something that I'm very excited about is the new project from Platonic Games. Platonic Games is the company that was originally called the Minchi Jongo Project, which was a spiritual successor to Banjo-Tooie, but that fell through. So after a while, after some very cryptic tweets that I was tracking for a while, it was announced that they had become their own studio called Platonic Games. All of the people in this company used to work for Rare, and they made games like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country,
Perfect Dark.
So all of the talent at Rare that left Rare is now at this new company, and they announced that they are going to make a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie called Project Ukulele right now. So you got all of the big developers, and you have 3 very iconic Rare composers, David Weiss, I forgot the second guy's name. I know he worked on like Viva Pinata, and of course they got Grant Kirkhope to do it, because Kirkhope is like one of the most, he's a Rare fanboy. He is one of the nicest guys ever, and he loves his past work. He's proud of the DK rap. So good for him. They announced they're going to have a Kickstarter very soon. The games, they want to put it on Steam Early Access. They also want to put it on Wii U, which makes sense because this is the kind of game that retro idiots like me would go for. There really wasn't any huge bombshells. I mean, Steam Drive going on at GDC. Nothing else too phenomenal, but that's games.
neat.
Let's move on to movies and television.
Okay,
Movies and television.
we can do that.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
That's still a thing.
Actually, more stuff on Game of Thrones that isn't actually about Game of Thrones itself. It's going to be an Apple exclusive sort of thing. They have for its online stuff.
Oh, okay.
HBO used to have HBO Go, and now they put out they've announced they're putting out a new service called HBO Now. So you can get your Game of Thrones online via that service.
Huh.
Didn't they originally say they would never go towards the sort of like pay to subscribe to just their channel sort of thing?
Exactly, because beforehand, HBO Go, you actually had to have a full HBO like cable subscription to even do this.
Oh,
They,
well, that's
they
good.
said that they never would be able to, like, you'd never be able to get this content if you didn't, have an HBO account already. And now they've recently decided to change that, so that's a big deal. You don't necessarily have to pirate it anymore, guys. I think they finally got the message, considering it was one of the most pirated TV
Oh,
shows
yeah.
ever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the developers were like proud of it, and HBO execs went, "Man, we're trying to keep this exclusive, but guess what? It's not working. How do we cash in on this? Here's how they're doing it."
Mhm.
So
I
That's
actually
new.
wouldn't be surprised if at some point they do a season pass for Game of Thrones itself.
Yeah, I think they do that too.
Where it's like
they
you
know
pay-
that people would get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like
mhm.
you don't want to watch anything else except for Game of Thrones. Okay, throw us $10 a month.
Yep.
Like,
I'd do it.
yeah, that would be awesome.
And since I was going to save this for later because not that many people around here care. Apparently, our entire chat cares. Guess what's happening, everybody? Frozen 2. It's in the pipe.
That's a fucking thing.
That's a
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
thing.
thing.
It's going to be called Frozen
Yes,
Fever.
for that as I was with the
Frozen
first.
Fever? Are you
Frozen
fucking
Fever.
kidding me?
No
Frozen
shit.
Fever.
Considering
it's-
Frozen
as-
has
I
generated
have expressed my
1.3
sentiments
billion.
about that in the chat.
Oh, they've been singing. They've been singing and
Frozen.
freaking out.
Oh yeah,
Frozen 2 is
Yeah.
happening.
Frozen is stupid dumb.
Well,
Well, I don't
That's
understand why they have to add fever to it. Frozen Fever, really?
That sounds
No,
like
it's like
Beaver
Japanese
fever.
puzzle game.
Saturday Night Fever, what?
I think that's what they've actually
Get John
called the
Travolta from the
phenomenon
bar.
of it becoming popular. I don't know
Mm.
why.
Like all of those completely
Can't they just call it
unlicensed
Frozen 2 and say
iPhone
fuck it?
games that use that character.
No, they're Disney. But that's
Well,
Those are scary.
we'll see how it ends up
Who
turning
is
out.
doing that? Never
You can
mind.
do open brain surgery on this princess from this movie of a character that you stole.
Alex offended me so greatly.
Oh,
I'm putting
never mind.
Spotify over his face.
There's never mind. It actually is going to be Frozen
What
2.
happened?
The
You got
Frozen
Spotify,
fever
Alex.
thing.
That's what happened.
No, I didn't see it. Like I think I closed the window accidentally. I wish I could have seen what they said.
Alex, you got
What?
Spotify.
Yeah.
There's
The
Spotify
Frozen
in your
fever
face
thing
now.
is not actually the name of the sequel.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
that is a
Well,
short.
yeah, I didn't think it was that, but
Oh, okay.
There's a short that is apparently going to happen in front of a live action adaptation of Cinderella that's going to happen this weekend.
Interesting.
Okay.
So it's going to happen.
Frozen is dumb. Sorry.
Well, apparently it's not really dumb because it's made more money than you or I will ever even see, let alone accumulate in our lifetimes.
a
So
lot of things that are dumb are also successful. Sure.
well, that's not really that far off. Speaking of more
Frozen
movies
equals
that we
Jersey
didn't really
Shore.
expect, movies that we didn't, spin-offs of movies that we didn't expect. There's going to be more Star Wars.
Star
Yeah, it's like a
Wars.
spin-off of the sequels that aren't out yet. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Wait,
This is-
what?
In those
So, they're gonna-
sequels, does Han Solo crash the Millennium Falcon?
Which is funny.
They'll
Funny.
survive.
I keep saying that's more Indiana
bet that
Jones.
is-
If
considering
he was
in
actually
World
like
War
in serious
II.
critical condition or something, I wouldn't make the joke. But
No,
I'm
he's cool.
sorry, that's kind of funny.
I keep being worried about like how he is going to deal with things because he's getting up there and like
72.
he like broke his leg or something too in a different
Mm.
occasion and then the plane.
Honestly, if I were the director, I would have a thing where Han Solo gets in a
Kind of like in
I bet
the
that
To
event
explain away the
inspired a
injuries.
scene in one of the movies.
yeah.
Or, just put him on a contract. You can't fly planes until after the movies.
It's like, we will pay for your doctor bills. You are
So-
in this movie that was inspired by your traumatic accident.
So this new Star Wars thing is apparently going to be called Rogue One, and it's the first one in a standalone series. Now you heard that right, not trilogy, series. So they're planning to milk the shit out of
Nice.
this.
Well,
Go
that-
ahead.
The milk is
Um,
completely unsurprising. So
It's not necessarily going to be in time with the recent movie release, but it's going to be directed by the guy who did Monsters and Godzilla, so Gareth Edwards. And the first actress that has been cast is Felicity Jones. She was in The Theory of Everything.
I mean, when it comes to extended universes, Star Wars is like top shelf stuff. 'Cause-
Well, considering they killed off canonly all of the extended universe stuff when Disney got the rights to it, they have all the room that they want now to make their own extended
that's
universe.
true. They can make their own extended universe to replace the other extended universe.
Well, I kind of
Yeah, in a
understand
way,
that
it's been
because
the universe.
if you just stuck with the Star Wars expanded universe and just kept it, it is so unbelievably vast and far-reaching because they've had so long to write books and comics and all this stuff. They don't have any creative freedom to do anything.
The
if they
fans
did
would be like,
Anything
"That's
they
not
would
how it
like.
was."
That's not how it happened. You
Yeah,
fucking
the
thought
fans
this
would-
was
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to happen
Tearing
in this
it apart.
comic. They couldn't do anything. I mean, shit. Boba Fett has
So
canonically
it's the
fallen into the
opposite of
goddamn
what happened
Sarlacc
with
pit
Dragon
3 separate times. If you go into
Yeah.
that
Opposite
extended
of what
universe,
happened
it's
to Dragon.
like some of it's fucking stupid.
Boba Fett is me the bullshit.
It's fucking.
I mean,
dumb.
I never really interpreted expanded universes having any sort of restriction on creative freedom. I can understand that, alternative canons, alternative histories are important to some people,
Mhm.
but I guess alternate realities or alternate timelines, I always interpreted them as just that, alternates. So
Yeah, off of canon, which is fine. But generally, if you have a movie franchise, when you start doing that in the movies, that makes it more canon, no matter how
That's why-
non-canon you want it to be.
That's why I was never really that burnt out about DMC compared to Devil May Cry. I'm just like, why are
See,
you so upset?
I know what's going on with that because I did a lot of reading in the early press and other stuff. Kind of off topic, but that Devil May Cry game, it was a prequel. It was a prequel to all the prequels.
Wow.
They just weren't allowed to say that at all. When it first started, the press was like, "Yes, this is going to be linked into the Devil May Cry storyline perfectly. Don't even worry about it, guys. You're going to get the same Dante you always liked." And then all of a sudden, they changed their tune, and it's like, "Nope, it's the taking series in a whole new direction because we don't want to have all of the old, fogey fans are trying to attract a new crowd because that's what our
I'm not
shareholders want."
Once
Hmm.
considered that a prequel.
Well, it is. I mean,
Because
it explains how everything goes down. It explains how he got the hair in the first place. It explained how he came
his
from
mother wasn't an angel. His mother was a human in the original one.
and it explained how the whole demon human world interacted with each other and became different. It sets everything up for all of the other games so perfectly that there's no way they couldn't have planned for that in the first place and just like, oh, we're just going to take it to the new
His mother's
direction.
not an angel. His mother's a human in the original one. But I digress. That's
Yeah.
probably why I never really had a problem with extended universes being able to focus on something that wasn't necessarily tied to the canon very tightly.
Yeah,
That's just
actually,
me. Some people are like canon Shiites, and they will just like, this needs to be this way all the time. I'm just like, don't you want to actually, have fun? Same thing with like female Thor or something. Like, I don't care if it's a girl or not.
I do, and that's failing. They're getting rid of it already.
Well, it's failing because it's done poorly. It has nothing to do with that she's a woman. It's the fact that it's just.
I don't know. Female
Bad.
Spidey has worked out very well.
Well,
I think
the Gwen
That's a little
Stacy
different.
I
type,
like that.
yeah, that's
Because Spider-Man is an original fictional character, whereas Thor is tied up with mythology.
no, that's actually a whole different thing. And I'm going to get into comic books, so that's actually kind of a decent segue. And I'm going to get into Spider-Man too, so that's an even better segue. With
Awesome.
that, it's actually a alternate history story. They're dealing with the Spider-Verse stuff, as in
Spider-Verse.
different.
Right.
That's what they're calling it. That's the
I
name.
know
of
that sounds like Tron or something. Like,
Yeah, it's weird, but in one of
I have it
the
even stuck in my head now.
alternate
Spider-Man
timelines.
and Spider-Gwen like make out in one comic scene or something.
Yeah, so
Which is
there's
bizarre
a
'cause they're
thing
from different
that
universes.
Gwen Stacy in this other one, which has become rather popular, turns out to be the Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, or whatever. And her costume design is really what kind of sold her because she's like all white colored. She's got the mask and she's got like this little hoodie thing going on.
Aside from the blue shoes, I just not sold on those. Those
Yeah.
look good.
But they're like
Why blue
her
shoes?
and Mary Jane and other people are like in a punk rock band. That's how they know each other. It's a whole different sort of thing. But that whole thing is like expanded universes actually falling in on each other and how that story works with comics because
It's so meta.
It is. Speaking of that,
One more thing.
Marvel has actually released stuff for their Spider-Man plan.
Did you know that I found out that there is a game developer who wants to make a Spider-Gwen game? And you know who that is? Hashimoto, who's the guy who made Bayonetta 2. He wants to make a Spider-Gwen game. And I'm like,
That's actually kind of worrisome.
do it.
Really kind of worrisome because
Give
if
that
it
to him.
winds
He
up,
knows what he's doing.
if it winds up like Bayonetta, as in if he doesn't do the whole overly sexualized thing, then it'll work out.
I don't think
It works for Bayonetta. If it does
way
it in
that he
this,
knows.
it'll make everybody rage because that doesn't fit the character.
Oh yeah.
It
I think
fits
they'll
the
stay
character
true
with.
to the character. I'm just
I was
more
gonna
like
say
free
it fits the character of Bayonetta just fine. That's cool. Not so much with this one.
If you make like a free-flowing combat system with a lot of acrobatics, do it. That's what I want to see.
Spider-Man games that have been really successful usually have the free roam, swinging around town thing too. But like I was saying, Marvel actually has put out its plan for Spider-Man. They're going to spit out a trilogy of movies.
Another trilogy?
Surprise, which is going to be apparently loosely based off of the Spectacular Spider-Man
I
lines
don't know the difference.
because they haven't done that yet. They're minor, but essentially think of the comics more like seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Because those were actually in the same universe as opposed to Ultimate, which isn't. and that's all changing too. But that's a whole different story. And there's going to be a trilogy of those. They haven't casted anything yet, but Marvel is gone on record in saying that by the end of it, he's actually going to be up against Tony Stark,
Interesting.
which is
Civil War image.
So
Mhm.
wait.
starting
though.
with that.
If he's going up against Tony Stark, and they recast it, I will be pissed. If
just
it's
went
Recast
Oh
what?
yeah.
if they recast someone other than Robert Downey Jr.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
already said he's in it for the long end. Those rumors have been dead for a long time.
That's
Yeah,
good.
because
He's
Robert
dead
Downey
forever.
Jr. is freaking Tony Stark.
Because some
He's
people
it
just
forever.
tired
He's
of
No,
already
no one
gone
else
on
could do
record.
it.
Well, because I know for some things that they were like, oh, well, they might be recasting Iron Man because it's
No.
not.
No, they're not.
like a new
Yeah.
universe.
They've already said it. They're not doing that one. That's one thing you won't have to worry about. But that does mean
That's good because
Mm.
that means Thor's going to be like Avengers are going to be the same actors no matter what.
Mm.
Ooh, there's things with that, but
Really?
But I'll let you see that.
Interesting.
I found fun spoilery bits. But I will say, involved with Civil War into the Tony Stark versus Spider-Man thing, I'm going to spit this in the chat. That means we're probably going to see the neat suit that Stark makes for Spider-Man at some point, the Iron Spider, which was a really badass point of Civil War. And that's it in the link or in the chat there. It's
I
real
see.
beastly looking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that happens. And it's neat.
That actually kind of.
I need to make that suit.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely pretty badass. But
I
I'm
like
not surprised that was my
the,
first reaction.
like the
No,
Skyrim
not
dwarven golden claw things.
well, I mean, he's supposed to be an arachnid. Now he actually has 8 limbs. And they work way too well, actually. There's a whole lot of other things about it that are that make that interesting, but that they may or may not use, they may or may not change for the cinematic universe, because I'm actually kind of happy that they're not staying absolute comics, because then we wouldn't get any surprises.
Right.
There's that.
You gotta deviate a little bit, otherwise you're just telling the same story over again, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
So-
but there were some times when they've done movie adaptations, I would have been happier if they just stopped the standard storyline.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Nara.
So that's going to be it for a while. Like I said, they haven't recast, but they're probably almost certainly going to recast in the Tobey Maguire, or not Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield Amazing
Golden
line is
was-
done. They're not doing an Amazing 3. It's done.
It's like we
And
quit.
I only have one last piece of news, and it's kind of painful. So I'm going to have to
Okay.
ask you guys to brace yourself and hold your sphincters. So you remember that cheeseball girl Ghostbusters that they were going to
Yeah.
do?
They're making a guy one now.
Yes, they're not just doing that. They're going to try and turn this into like crazy long spanning franchise thing. They have plans for so many different Ghostbusters things
Well,
that
here's
it's ridiculous. It was actually first leaked out in that Sony hack that happened
How about
back
no?
when was that
my views.
Our fearless leader or whatever it was.
When I found out
Yeah.
that they were going
that's
to be
not what it
doing-
was called, but I forget.
when I found out that they were going to be doing a second Ghostbusters new movie featuring guys, I said it's going to be as bad as the all-woman one, because you are rebooting a franchise.
Yeah.
Instead of using these people for new ideas, like
Mhm.
took the female cast of the all-female Ghostbusters, lots of talent there, put them in.
There
roles.
are, but like probably some
Start
of the
their
best
new
female
franchise.
comedians I've seen in films in a long time.
You know what I think they like? If you can take like those, like I like Kristen Wiig a lot. Everyone does, because she's just this quirky little weird woman. If you can like put that crew and kind of give them like, make it like I don't know, maybe like a sort of a comedic version of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer with 4 women. Do something like they fight ghosts or demons or something like that, but
Mm.
make it funny. Like make it like
They're going to be comedies. They're not going away from being comedies.
that's good. But I'm like, we don't need
That's
ghosts.
a good-
Someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
I just think like, oh, it's going to be
Oh, I need to
genuine
watch this.
quality
It's been
because
a long
both of the
time
movies
since
are
I've
going to
seen
be terrible because you're just not.
And the thing that makes me wince is the cast for the guy one, because we're talking like Channing Tatum.
Yeah, who's the cast? I don't think who's going
We're
to.
talking Channing Tatum, we're talking Reed Carolyn and Peter Kiernan.
These don't sound like.
And I
good
think that the all-female cast is going to be better than because those are some of the driest, most vanilla male cast members I've ever heard.
Uh-huh. And the female one is like Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy.
I like both of them. They're fun.
From Saturday Night Live, we've got Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon. Yeah, Kate McKinnon. So
They should get what's her name? The woman who did Weekend Update. What's her name?
Which one?
The dark-haired
Okay.
woman. It's like
Rachel Dratch?
No, like one of the newer ones. One of the newer.
I haven't watched this in a couple of years.
I like Rachel.
I think the last time I watched it, Jimmy Fallon was still on.
Well, we know what he's doing. I just think that you have all this good female talent. Why don't you start a new franchise? You don't need to leech off Ghostbusters because the whole time that they're going to be watching this, you're going to be like, it's not like the old Ghostbusters or something like that.
there's no way you could make
Right.
that movie again.
Of course.
Stop. Just
They
How
should
old
just
is the
not
original
try.
Ghostbusters? When did that come out? Like in the 80s?
the original
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Hold on. How many of you were born when this came out?
Google food.
I don't have a problem with it being all women. I have a problem with just not having an original idea. Same
That's
thing
the
with the all guys.
problem.
Like, quit wasting talent on these washed up franchises.
Ray Tom,
84.
what year were you born in?
Ghostbusters is as old as I am. Exactly.
Yeah.
It came out in 1984. So
Yeah.
Ghostbusters is 30 years old. Ironically,
Wow.
the last note I'll really put in on movie news, when the new big Star Wars movie comes out, it will be released exactly 40 years and 1 day from the original release of the original Star Wars.
Oh,
That's
that's
kind of
neat.
clever.
Yeah.
That's,
They couldn't like get that right on the money there, but still, I thought that was kind of a neat little toss in there.
That's
But
pretty
yep,
cool.
that's all the movies and TV stuff I have. I've been watching not a whole lot. I actually gave Gotham another try.
really?
See, it actually kind of came about because of this podcast, because we've been on a discussion about how comic books and shit, and is like especially the Dragon Ball Xenoverse. If you keep running over the same stories over and over and over again, they get dry. And I've been kind of dealing with a lot of that. And the first time I was watching Gotham, it was kind of like I fanboy raged a lot. Like, that didn't happen. That mix everything up. And I stopped enjoying it for that reason. So I just stopped watching it. But after we talked about this sort of stuff, I'm like, this kind of is a new take on this sort of thing. And I gave it another shot. And it wound up that I started watching again. I started watching again when they did the bit on the Scarecrow and his origin as a kid. Clicked. So good. So good. They dumped money into it. They did the shit from Batman Begins with how the effects work. And they did a good job with it. They did a really good job with it. I know they're fucking around with the timeline a lot, but honestly, I've seen so many Batman stories and so many different Batman timelines. I mean, how the fuck did Batman Beyond get popular without it being like a crazy offshoot? And it is a crazy offshoot. But yeah, so I'm giving it another shot and I'm not hating it. It's still apparently going strong. I figured it would die like immediately. But I guess the name weight of Batman is keeping it afloat, and the actors are still doing a rather good job. I mean, you see little things leading to bigger things, and I might stick with this one. And it's also one of the only shows that I was watching that's actually still going on. Most of them have hit a break, so Hulu pulled me back. So that's what'll do it.
Cool. One thing, I don't know if I mentioned this one last time, I was on. But they did a release date for Jim Butcher's new series.
Steampunk
Yeah,
cat one.
it's not about cats. It just
It is
has
about cats.
it just
Cats are
has
in it.
talking cats with thumbs in it.
Yeah.
And every single one of them, I'm gonna hear them talking in a Kashyyyk voice. But it's coming out September 29th this year. So
I don't understand why September 29th and it's like pre-order now. September 29th. I'm like, oh my god.
well, yeah, it always does that as soon as they put out a release date. Actually, Amazon half the time does it before they put out a release date.
I get to scroll back and read what people say.
And there may have been a few times where I may have taken advantage of that feature.
Why?
I really want a book.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said why.
I did. I said why.
Because I really wanted a book.
Well, I can't hear what you're saying when you're mumbling.
You were the bellest.
Mumble, mumble, mumble.
Fucking cats and fucking thumbs.
Why are these? Why are these?
So what's happening in Australia?
What is happening in Australia?
Oh, what is not happening in this hell right now? We've officially hit monsoon season, so that's the thing. We have another dual hurricane been hitting us again, which is interesting. So you got one on one side of the country, one on the other. This happened 2 weeks ago as well. Used to be rare that you would see two together. Now it's within a month.
Common.
Happened twice. Yeah, it's very strange. All that what's the word for it? Climate change, I think, is that thing that everyone keeps trying to say is not real. It is.
That one thing?
Sure.
Global warming.
Well, yeah.
It's those. Are you
Climate change. Well, one was the original theory, the other one, climate change, focuses more on places that are colder getting colder, places that are hotter getting hotter. But yeah, so that's happening. There was a series of very, very strange crimes this fortnight, actually, which is
With the
strange.
grave robbing? Told me there was grave robbing.
Not that we know of. There was just a whole lot of. I'm not going into it because it's even depressing for normal Australian news, sort of news. So stuff that you guys don't go, oh, that's horrible. This would make you want to, cut things. So I'm gonna not go there.
But you just brought it up. How can we not?
I'm gonna let the curiosity get to you. That's what I'm gonna do.
Man.
It's gonna eat at you constantly,
It personally
like all of the creatures here. Sorry, what was that?
There's a link in chat for you. You should click on it.
The oh
Worried. I'm
yeah,
worried.
clicking.
You son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Just got
Sorry.
rocked. Like,
It was in my head, so I had to make it.
Wow.
Too.
I'm back in the 80s and it's very worrisome. Whoa.
And I've heard that before. I don't know how with all these old songs. I mean, how do I know these?
I gotta click out of that. Like, that's too much for me, man. Whoa.
Oh, no.
So
Biggest tech news that I'm sort of like yay about is NVIDIA released a newer version of the Titan X because other companies were a new version of Titan called the Titan X. It's a graphics card because other companies were starting to get up to their close in speed and power and whatnot. So they're like, no, we must be the fastest in the world. So they released one which is pretty much all the same infrastructure, just with I think it was like 13 gigabytes of VRAM. That's kind of excessive.
what?
Yeah. To put that into perspective, what's it called? Shadow of Mordor, all of its highest settings on like all the ultra tests is like 6 gigabytes of VRAM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
So
efficient
it's-
game, but
Yeah. So it's kind of overkill, but they've put it there to be like, yes, we're the best. But also, I think they want to take away from the whole scandal that's been going on with their 3.5 plus 5 thing that was I talked about last time. They're wanting to take away from that by going, look at the shiny. It's amazing. Look at this. Their PR department is going crazy over this. They're trying to hype it up so much, but there are very few people that will even want this or need it. I mean, there's also people with money that are going to drop the bank on it, but it's even more excessive than anything uses at the moment or will use for years. So let me ask you a question: if you guys had the money, would you buy it? I mean, it's excessive. It's it would probably be upwards of the $3,000 to $4,000 range.
To say, do you realize what other things I could get if I had that money?
Yeah,
I could get a lot of
that's what
stuff.
I'm saying.
I could get a lot of stuff. I could probably make a lot of money with the stuff I could get.
Yeah,
I know I could. I already priced out how much a lathe is.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So it's
I
kind of just
don't
like
think
why?
I don't think I need the absolute top of the line gaming card for stuff that is beyond what games these days can even handle,
I
especially
don't know if this could even be considered a gaming card anymore.
it's just so crazy that, like, who knows if games start taking stuff in other directions where this might not be compatible. Would we get a big old juicy refund
No.
if this crap doesn't work? No.
It's a video. They're gonna be like, "Fuck you! You bought it. Go away." That's what they do.
Yep. So I'm gonna put a big in on that one. I'm
Yeah.
probably not checking that.
I mean, you could build an entire rig for the
Yes.
price of that. Like,
And yes, we are talking about
Right.
the most bullshit graphics card apparently that's ever been created.
yeah, and might ever be. Because I don't know, I can't get over the fact that they even bothered to relaunch this. I mean, I get the marketing point of view, trying to take away from the crap that's been going on. They want to go look at this obscene thing. I'm just curious as to who will actually buy it, though. I mean, obviously, there's people with too much money out there, but do you reckon anyone, even like, say, YouTubers that play lots of games and stuff, will they even bother?
Yeah. Karth, can you see the chat? People want a link on this beast.
Yeah, you want a link on it? All right, let me find a proper one. Okay, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. So this, I think, is a pretty recent article, but yeah. Nope, oh, that's the old one. Never mind. Here we go. GeForce's actual website. That'll help. That'll help. Let me find my checkbox. There we go. Bam. There you go. Titan X. Yes. They themselves have dubbed it the ultimate graphics card. It might be a little bit, less than that, but still it's the ultimate one on the market at the moment. And it's insane. There are not enough words for the insanity of this. I just know.
So wait, it says the card's only $1,000.
Well, here it's going to be at least twice that.
Yeah.
Minimum.
So
I mean,
doesn't
for
change
us-
for,
Great.
For us,
It also-
it says $1,000, and honestly,
Yeah.
that was the same price as the old Titan.
Mm.
And at that point, I know several people who owned the Titan.
Here, like the current Titan, like not the Titan X, to buy that here, you're looking at upwards of like $3,000 per unit. Like it's stupidly insane. I could
Sorry.
fly to America, buy it, and bring it back cheaper than it would to buy it here.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so
$3,000.
it's-
I'm sorry. I'm putting a lathe in my
Yeah.
basement and I'm making
Yeah.
a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, that's when it
That
came
can
out,
sell
and now that
for
Titan
money.
X is out, that price will go down slightly because that's always what happens. But like, I bought a freaking, what was it, 970? Yeah, sorry, 960. 960. But bought a 960. It cost me $300. That's not what a 960 is going to cost anywhere near where you guys are. It's ridiculous. But it's an overkill card, and part of me wants it, part of me goes, I could do so much with that, but what are you going to do? Other than that, there hasn't been really any more outstanding tech news. All of that sort of stuff sort of come out a few months ago, things that I don't know if you guys have heard about or not. You have quite a few little gadgets coming around. I mean, also if you want to talk VR tech.
VR,
Yeah,
VR.
Exactly. If you want to go VR, Oculus is no longer the leader in that. They haven't been for a little while now, but I mean, I'm gonna chuck in HoloLens as being part of that just because of the virtual environment it creates. If all of the demonstrations work as well, like if it works as well as those demonstrations say it does, and all the stuff you see on it, that's going to be an amazing change for all computing. Especially seeing as they claim they've invented the new, HPU, which is the Holo processing unit. So that'll be amazing. But you have what Morpheus is quickly rising in the ranks.
That's gonna take control
Others.
of like
Yeah.
all of Sony's systems. That means
Oh,
like
God, yeah.
no other VR headset
Mm.
is going to be surviving on that.
Yeah.
Oculus.
Like so yeah, do.
I was actually talking with my friends about this on Sunday, and we kind of made the agreement that Oculus was in development too long. If it released before any of the others were out or were announced, they would be able to secure their place in the market.
On
But
the
now-
plus side, though, there's a big thank you that needs to be given to them because they kicked off the
That's
fact that
true.
there is a market for it now.
And that was another mistake.
Yeah.
Another mistake.
For instance, I mean, the other companies, they've come into it late, but they can get so much more progress because they have a lot more people working on it
Mm-hmm.
and a far larger budget to throw at it. They
That's why
can sink
Valve
money
is,
into
Valve's
the
is going
wars.
to rule that.
Yeah.
I just
And
think that
if
Oculus, it cooked too long.
Yeah.
Now that it's on
it's gone through
everyone's
too many
minds,
dev builds.
I like my VR headsets medium rare. Not like that.
yeah, if it had come out,
Mm.
if it was out right now before all of the others were announced, even if like
It would-
just before Valve's, I think they would be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
But now
They would
people
be,
are just
but
going
they're
to
not
say,
going to.
"I'll just wait."
Yeah, for these incredibly good ones to come out. And
I
if you
think that
combine the
the-
VR headsets with things that have come out that were in the last, CEX show and other things like that, they have proper like omnidirectional like trackpads now where you can like full just start sprinting off a walk and you won't end up going anywhere because of the use of the frictionless surface rather than a moving board or something. Combine that with any of the virtual reality headsets, you have an amazing experience, whether it's gaming or anything else.
I'm still not
And
sold
it's
on VR. I
insane.
need to try it myself.
So wait, that graphics card needed its own case? Like wheelie case? What the fuck?
They send it in one because it's very expensive.
It's very expensive. We package the finest caviar. Yes.
Yes.
Like
Well,
legit,
there's the
I'm like
ball.
looking at this
I
thing
don't
like
know.
what?
Yeah. It full looks like they've gone to pick up a hard luggage case from any luggage store, stuck their logo on it, and sent the card in this case.
The package of the Water Force premium pack.
That is
Did
more
they
than
really
just
call it the water horse?
Force.
Water Force. Okay, that comes with like a external freaking cooling loop so that it plugged into all your shit and will sit on the top of your case. It is huge. It costs
Life
a lot of
support
money. Pretty much, yes. It comes with its own life support.
Well, apparently this whole package comes with that.
The whole thing now. Okay, they originally were going to make you pay a whole lot extra for that.
Well, that's what it
Yeah, there were a few people that got review units and they had to pay a lot of money for the card and that sort of thing. Like, sorry, they didn't have to pay it, they were given it, but that's what they were quoted that it was going to cost, a lot of fucking money. If it's now just going to be included, that's not a bad thing.
that's what it looks
It's a
like.
very efficient cooling unit and it has very easily adjustable. If you wanted to put your own fans in there of a different brand, it's very easy to do. Which is
The guy
kind of
said it
rare.
wasn't worth the cash. Oh.
Oh, it's not. It's not really worth the cash. Like if you have money to spend and you have no fucking clue how to do a cooling loop, then buy
Like
this.
me, I don't
Buy-
know how to do any of that stuff. I
Yeah.
can't computer.
Yeah. But if you're willing to spend less money and pay some small custom computer guy to do it for you, you'll still get it cheaper and you'll have a far better looking system as well.
I can just threaten my friend who I do Let's
Mm.
Plays with. He said he'd do it. Well,
Yeah.
not threaten him. He said he'd help me, but I was joking. I gotta like. I mean, I need to upgrade my computer. Those graphics cards become obsolete fast.
Yeah, see, but a lot of people tend to just throw them away and put them in another rig. If you take, for example, my rig, I have a very old card in there that's running secondary to my current 960. People always assume that you have to SLI and that's all you can do. No. My 960, my primary card, it has one display coming out of it and it does all my game processing stuff. However, the secondary card sits in the slot below it and does every single ounce of the physics work. Everything.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
use the old one to
Yeah, it
sort of
is
be the
backing up.
secondary of the second
Yeah.
one.
So here's for
That's
example,
cool.
in all of the stress testers that I've used, my setup performs better than SLI 960s purely because instead of splitting the work between the two, one goes, I'm doing the physics, you get everything else. And everyone else is in the
less
physics
pressure
test,
on
they
the
get
first one,
fucked.
right?
Exactly. Less heat throttling and it's far more efficient and works far better. But this card that's doing physics work cost me $40 because it was on sale. It's an old card. It's an old 1 gigabyte graphics card that now is not very good. But it's now making my 960 perform as if it was a far higher tier than it is. Close to, I wouldn't say Titan level, but just below that. It's doing what other things should be. So yeah, if you do upgrade, don't ditch your old stuff. You can use it. It can be incredibly handy, but a lot of people just throw it out or sell it because they have no idea what they're doing. Ask someone, that's all you have to do.
What are you talking about in the chat there, folks?
Well, Garbage is just like, oh, yeah, tell me more.
No, I mean,
But
not
no,
that
yeah,
chat,
I'm done.
like our
Yeah.
chat.
Also,
Oh.
X90, the X99 build, will stop after this. SLI will be a thing of the past. It's not a thing you even have to care about. Crossfire Slide doesn't matter. With the new infrastructure and DirectX 12 and the Vulkan API that's coming out, they're two different things. You can combine any two different cards or four different cards. They will act as one single incredible card with the new infrastructure that's in there.
Super card.
Yes. So you no longer have to know what you're doing. You can buy two different cards, chuck them in the sockets, and just go. That's how it's going to work.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. It also means that they will also talk better between each other and be far more efficient than SLI ever was. So
Oh, that's
it's always
good.
good. Yeah. So yeah, that's me for today. Of random tech
Yeah.
stuff. Look forward to DirectX 12, people. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's DirectX 12, you say?
It's coming out with Windows 10, isn't it?
Yep.
Aren't we on 8 right now, or was there a 9? Or was it
9 was
there
technically a software upgrade.
Yeah.
It happened, but nobody got it.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Windows 8 isn't that like Windows 9 numerically?
No.
Like there
Maybe.
was.
It was
Vista.
what is actually Windows 9 was a big ass service patch to 8.
8. Yep.
Yeah.
There was 3.1, 95, and then there was like 98, 2000
ME.
XP, blah blah blah, and then like
ME,
numerically,
XP.
like Windows 8 was the 9th Windows or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Microsoft
it might be
can't
more
count.
than that, just because they have multiple server versions as well.
Right.
More
Windows
than-
7,
yeah.
8, 9. That's why we don't. Have
Windows 7, 8, 9.
That's what happened. That's why we don't have 9.
Oh my god.
That
I didn't
happened.
make that joke.
Oh,
Someone
that
else
happened.
made one.
I was here. I saw it. You made that joke.
I mean,
happened.
right? I heard that from
Mm.
right when 10 was announced. Someone made that joke on Twitter, and I'm like,
I'm tiny bit depressed about Windows 10 though, because it's going to set back Linux catching up to being able to, for gaming purposes anyway. It's going to set it back a long way because of DirectX 10. Like, I was hoping that soon I could ditch the Windows platform completely and jump straight back over to Linux and not have to worry about my games not working. But that's now not going to be a thing. So people are going to focus on DirectX 10 compatible games.
Ah, if it wasn't already said, we don't have Windows 9 because there would be glitched with Windows 95 and 98.
what? What does that
Why
mean?
would they?
I don't know. I just...
Because,
Mm.
okay. Aren't they going to do you can a quick upgrade, right?
Mm.
Like it's
Yeah, Windows 10 for the first couple months. Anyone that has Windows 8 can upgrade. After that time period, though, you won't be allowed to upgrade for
Well, I'm
free. After that
waiting
point.
to see if it works.
Not to be confused with everyone thinking, wait, I only get a month of it. No, you have a month to
No.
get it, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When is that?
They'll say when it's fully properly released.
They were originally planning on using that name, but software devs had actually put in code that basically amounted to if the OS name has 9 in it, don't run the
Oh,
program.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
that's stupid, but yeah, I can understand.
Well, that was back in the age of, well,
Ones and zeros.
this computer thing might catch on someday.
Right.
And
Pretty much.
Well,
here we are.
Double machine.
We have hit the 5-minute mark,
Anyway,
so
Yeah,
time to do outros. So, Alex,
You're always
okay,
first
I'm
up.
not going to be streaming this week because on Saturday I'm going to be working, and unless I do like a late stream, which maybe I'll do, I don't know, but that would be starting like at 11 at night. And I'm not streaming on Monday because I'm coming into Pittsburgh on that day, so I'm not going to be able to stream that. As for Slash Chat on Tuesday, I'm going to have my laptop with me, and I'm going to try and bring my webcam, so I should be here for Slash Chat on Tuesday.
okay.
Does your laptop not
Bring
have a
it somewhere
webcam?
else, please visit my friend Matt's YouTube channel. I'm going to post a link in the chat. That's where we have all our co-op Let's Plays. Please go there. Subscribe. Please subscribe.
No, probably.
Please subscribe.
Okie dokie. Cardinal.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's me. I'm always second. All right, forget about this. Yeah, I'm Carthel, the guy that sometimes streams whenever I can kind of get around to it, which is not very often, but always on Wednesdays with these guys. You can find me at twitter.com/alpha_Carthel or Twitch TV/Carthel or YouTube/Carthel. Any of those work. Other than that, I'm nowhere else.
Great talk.
YouTube, search for Raytog. I'm there. I have a whole bunch of videos. AVP episode 1 happened, and the rest of them are going to happen. I have a Twitch thing, which I try to stream on Thursday and Friday nights, although I'm probably going to do a little bit more now that ESO's come out, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, things and stuff. I'm also on Twitter, but I don't care.
So you opened with things and stuff, and you closed with things and stuff.
Fuck yeah!
That should be the title. Things and stuff.
Things and
Yes.
stuff.
Stuff and
Yeah,
things.
Do it.
Why do I keep accidentally naming these fucking episodes?
Chilger.
Because you're good at it.
I have no presence on the internet aside from the thing where I follow all these people. So if for some reason someone wants to get a hold of me, you're pretty much gonna have to go through them. Although I probably will have Etsy and maybe some video streams soon.
And he's playing ESO, you can harass him on that.
Yep, and I'll probably be on ESO, and I'll probably be Tiover or something like that. And Secret World, if any of you are still playing that. So.
You
Don't
know,
feel bad.
you know my thing.
I am, of course, Almir Miel, aka Cat, and you can find me on Twitter at Almir Miel or YouTube at Power Button. That thing right there, Power Button. And obviously here on twitch.tv/Almir Miel, which is interesting, and I just realized this. If I'm recording this to YouTube at some point, it's not going to realize that it's here, because if I'm here, it's technically YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can find me on twitch.tv/Almir Miel. I will be taking an hour break and then restreaming. Not sure what we're playing tonight. I'll figure that out.
Darksiders.
No.
I
I did beat... No.
Did you
I
beat
have
the
a
spider?
highlight of me
The boss?
beating the spider boss in the
I'm
first
going to watch
go.
it immediately after this.
The first go. I immediately just beat the spider boss.
Don't you love it when that
I was going
happens?
to say, did you have to like show up
Just-
or anything? But
it's so
nope,
hard.
killed it yourself.
So...
Don't you love that? I
that
love
was
it.
our 40th episode of Slash Chat Podcast. It's been an amazing day. Hopefully you guys have an amazing week, and we shall
And happy
see
St. Patrick's Day, you
Happy
fuckers!
St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it's not St. Patrick's Day.
Even though
for
it's
you guys
technically not anymore.
Technically not.
Shut your ass, I'm
So for me,
drinking.
it's 11:05 here.
But
Somewhere in the
yes,
world, still St. Patrick's Day.
somewhere
yeah,
in the
go
world.
get drunk as much as you want, as long as you're not in a car.
Right. No
You
drinking
can get
and
drunk in
driving.
the car, as long as you're not the one driving.
Okie
Yes,
dokie.
that's the point.
We shall see you guys again next Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
I'll be back later.
Yeah.